WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. The former state trooper driving the SUV that crashed into another vehicle, killing an MSU track athlete, will not serve time. Kyle Lee pleaded guilty to manslaughter by culpable negligence in Oktibbeha County Circuit Court in the death of Kaylin Kirsch. Lee's attorney, Tony Faris, confirms the plea agreement includes no jail time. Judge Jim Kitchen sentenced Lee to 10 years with all 10 suspended. He will serve 5 years probation and was fined $2,000. Lee was also ordered to contribute $1,000 to an MSU endowed scholarship established in Kaylin Kirsch's name. Now, that crash happened back in May of 2017 at Highway 182 and Old Mayhew Road. Prosecutors said Lee was driving at speeds up to 99 miles per hour. Kirsch was a passenger in the Toyota Corolla that was hit by the MHP SUV. Prosecutors said the cruiser did not have on its lights or sirens at the time of the collision. Well, we have some updates tonight to a story we first brought you Thursday from Louisville. Police there are investigating Reginald Moore's possible connection to an attack involving several juveniles that was recorded and then made its rounds on social media. Now, we want to warn you, you may find this video disturbing. Our Quentin Smith talked to the victim's mother. So, Quentin, what is she saying today?
Well, Andrea, as you can imagine, seeing your son being jumped on by several people is a sight no mother wants to see. Tripoli believes Moore is influencing these teenage boys to do these types of things, and now police are looking into that possibility. It's a video that's gone viral. A group of teenage boys beating up a 13-year-old.
The first time I watched, I didn't watch it all the way through. That's how painful it was.
The teen being attacked is Marissa Triplett's oldest son. The pain behind this mother's eyes is unbearable as she watches the vicious attack on her phone.
To see all of those kids attack one child and for him to beg and plead for them not to do it, it is very hurtful.
She says her son was friends with the other teens seen in the video. They were all hanging out, getting ready to go play basketball when things suddenly took a left turn.
They was told to come and jump on my son because he had came to me about some stuff that had been going on.
She believes Reginald Moore is the person who sent the kids to carry out this attack.
He's influencing these kids to think it's okay to be in the game, think it's okay to be bullying, and it's not okay.
They are trying to impress him.
Police Chief Sean Holdness says Moore speaks to the students at the alternative school in Louisville, where he tries to serve as a mentor. WCBI has obtained photos of Moore in one of those classrooms. Police believe the 27-year-old is using that to connect with teens and recruit them to carry out these acts.
Talking to Mr. Moore, he says, well, I can't control what they do, but they do look up to me. And there again, he's using his power as being a mentor to these young men to influence them to do things.
Triplett says her son has been attacked again ever since the first incident back in July. She's now pressed charges and will move her son to another school district in hopes of preventing more attacks from happening. Now, police are asking for the public to come forward with any information relating to this case.
Retaliation is not going to help at all, even though that's to be the first thing that we as a parent would think, well, they did this to my son, I want them to pay. Yeah, I do want them to pay, but I want them to pay the legal way.
Now, on yesterday, Moore was arrested and charged with transfer of a controlled substance. He's now out on bond. Louisville Police Chief Sean Holdness says Moore's vehicle was recently shot at, and he does believe it was in retaliation to that viral video. Andrea?
All right, disturbing indeed. Quentin, thanks so much. Well, Louisville has seen its share of violence among teenagers this year. That viral video, just the latest example. Now, some concerned residents there are stepping up, they say, to bring about change. Local pastors and community members say they want to implement new programs and reopen the city's Boys and Girls Club. Churches are also opening their gyms to allow children to come in and play. Residents say it's going to take the entire community to stop the violence.
But we don't want our children dying at an early age. And within a year, we had 3 young men to be murdered, and on top of that, the young men that was a part of it, they in jail, things of that nature. So we lost 6 young men, and so this is something that really hurts our community. And so we want to give another avenue for our children. It don't have to be like this.
McIntosh recently hosted a town hall meeting. The video you see there addressing the violence, and he says he plans to host another meeting in the very near future. Time for a first look at our forecast. We'll turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
All right, a look at our Alpha Insurance Camera Network. We are looking at some sun, some clouds, some showers, some thunder showers out there. And what we do have will tend to be going away as we go throughout the next hour or two as we lose the heating of the day. But this activity is out there. It really has advanced just a little bit farther to the west today than originally anticipated. But some of you wanted to see some rain, at least to cool things down. Temperatures range from about 80 to the upper 80s. And we'll say goodbye to the 80s and get into the 70s this evening. Variably cloudy tonight, low tonight into the low 70s. Your weekend forecast coming up.
Investigators in Columbus and Lowndes County make a break in what they're calling a burglary spree. 19-year-olds Monroe Richards Jr., Tavion Drungo, and 20-year-old Jeremiah Payne face several felony charges, including taking of a motor vehicle, auto burglary, and possession of stolen firearms. In a span of about 48 hours, Chief Deputy Greg Wright says his department received several reports of stolen property and car break-ins in the Sherwood Forest neighborhood. He says firearms were stolen from vehicles. A Honda Pilot was also taken from a Sherwood Drive home. Wednesday, Columbus police spotted that stolen Honda with 3 people inside. Wright says the driver sped off and crashed at a nearby business. 2 people inside got away, but the driver was arrested. Investigators believe they're connected to a string of burglaries across Lowndes County.
You're going to get caught. I mean, it's going to happen. We're going to investigate these things. We're going to investigate them aggressively, and you will get caught eventually. Yeah.
Now, a 4th suspect was arrested late this evening. Wright says in total there are about 17 felonies among the 4 suspects. More arrests are expected as the investigation continues. Well, if you scroll down your social media timeline, you may notice posts that warn you about crime or suspicious activity in your neighborhood. And while it may sound scary to you, law enforcement see it as a tool. Our Riley Livingston joins us in the studio to bring us that story.
Andrea, a strange person approached me at the store. Suspicious person walking around downtown. Those are just some of the posts you may have seen on your social media, and law enforcement is paying attention too.
Social media. It's a way to stay connected, and some people are using it to spread awareness about possible crimes. Law enforcement is taking notice and sometimes making connections of their own.
A lot of our information comes from social media, whether it be Facebook, Snapchat, and other apps that are out there. So basically when something is posted, first thing we do is get a call and say, have you seen this or have you seen that? And then we take it into notion as to what's going on, why is it being posted.
Aberdeen Police Chief Henry Randall says they rely on the community when working on investigations.
Nobody breaks the law in front of the police officers. Nobody does anything that's going to require law enforcement attention. So the citizens of Aberdeen has always been a big impact for us. Our success rate for us getting crimes and getting them over to circuit court and getting them convicted.
While not all social media posts are factual, Chief Randall says most have at least a grain of truth.
And we then go look into it to see if it's any truth to it. 9 times out of 10 there's some truth to it, but it's not to an extent where the law has been broken as of yet.
Of course, police have to know about a crime before they can begin investigating it.
The problem that we face is that, when they think that there's a crime being committed, no one ever comes to the police department. So basically, we get it off of social media.
Chief Randall says if you find yourself in a suspicious situation, there are some things you can do to help not only you, but police. You're
in an environment where you're not uncomfortable. Get on the phone, make a phone call. If you see some landmarks, give that person a landmark. If you see a street address or something, give that person a street address. At that time, because our cell phones are a priority now. We never leave home without them. So basically, that's how we do a lot of our information.
Chief Randall says some posts do spark panic. He tells us if you have questions about a post that concerns you, call law enforcement so they know to look into it.
All right, Riley, good information. Thanks so much. One area city may soon be looking for more money in its streets. We check in on their plans when we come back. We're back, and Old Train Depot is once again a destination in Aberdeen. Main Street manager Ann Tackett says when the building was donated to them, it was in a state of disrepair. She says now it will be a staple there in the community. The depot will be playing host to events and educational opportunities, and the area's history will be on display thanks to donated artifacts. Tackett says it's been a real community effort.
The citizens are just amazing. I tell them I have borrowed from everybody. We didn't own a hammer. We still don't own one. We didn't own scaffolding. But all this is people, can we borrow? And they're like, yeah, you know, we'll do that. And so that's because this community has so much heart.
Tackett says trustees of the Monroe County Jail did most of the renovations, including carpentry and flooring. City leaders are hoping to find money in the streets of Starkville. The Board of Aldermen is considering a plan to put meters along Main Street and areas of the Cotton District. The board met with representatives from SP Plus, that is, during an afternoon work session. They say the extra cash could be used for things like street repairs or even building a parking garage.
Well, we've always had issues with parking downtown because a lot of the businesses downtown have employees who tend to park in the downtown area, but the restaurants need that turnover that comes particularly during the lunch hour.
And the board did not make a decision on the matter today.
We have had some wet weather here in the Vernon area. Live view with our Outfit Insurance camera network here at Durham's Pharmacy. More heat, more humidity for the weekend. The pattern really isn't changing, and that means more pop-up showers and storms. Your full forecast is next.
Your WCBI First Alert Accuweather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Summertime showers and thunder showers usually give rise to some nice rainbows, and look at that one right there, a full arc. Lisa sends us that. That was along Highway 82 just west of Columbus this afternoon. Pretty neat to see. And let's go out and check out our Outfit Insurance camera network. Will it work? I certainly hope it does. I think the sky cams may have gone down. Just bear with me, folks. There we go. It went blank, so that means we lost our sky cam in Columbus. I think I know the problem there. I'm going to have to go back and just drop kick one of my weather computers. But we do have some showers here and some embedded lightning and thunder at times here, but mainly showers and pretty good downpour right over Hamilton right now. A big cluster of rain and storms just to the south of Macon here, right along the Macon-Kemper County line, also a little southeast of Louisville. So that's the southern part of the area. Let's go and inspect West Alabama. We can see a big cluster of storms here near and approaching Fayette, right there in Fayette County. This is actually backing up to the southwest, so I know we've had our rain in the Vernon area. We may see another downpour here before the day is done, and a few other cells there dancing around south of Okolona at this point. The overall weather pattern not really changing. We have a deep trough here in the eastern part of the country, a big ridge of high pressure out west, and it's not moving. So what you see today is probably going to be the general rule for the next week. Little disturbances will come on down into our area, and that will help kick off the afternoon showers and storms. And much like today, they'll go away at sunset for the most part. Lows tonight down to around 70. We'll get rid of the clouds and those isolated showers and clear things out. So we should have a nice and sunny start to our Saturday. The clouds will bubble on up, and we'll have a 40% chance for more of those scattered downpours out there with some embedded breezes and some thunder and lightning. So Futurecast is depicting that quiet evening we have ahead once the rain goes away. No issues tomorrow morning, but on a scattered basis here. Some of you may see some pretty good rain on Saturday. Some of you will likely miss out, and whatever we do see is going to go away. Sunday, pretty benign to start out, and then more scattered activity during the course of the day. So that's our weekend in a nutshell right there. You may see a shower or storm, you may miss out. But for tomorrow, upper 80s to around 90, and that will be the general gist of things really for the next 7 days. Highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. Daily chances for showers and storms a little bit higher odds on Sunday versus the other days here. Lows around 70. All right, there's your forecast. Sports is next.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
The Rams of Columbus Christian have experienced a lot of change over the course of the past few years. New head coach Jason Williams has only been with the Rams for the past 3 weeks, but is hard at work to get his team ready for the upcoming season. Columbus Christian is stop number 40 on the high school football tour.
WCBI's 60 Schools in 60 Days is brought to you by Sparklight.
The Columbus Christian Rams know how to adapt. Jason Williams joins the Rams as their third head coach in the past year, is impressed with his new team and how they've overcome the challenge.
What I've asked them to do is just every day we're going to try to get better. Every day is a new day, and let's try to get better. And that's our main focus.
It's been tough, but we've been getting through it, just getting used to it every now and then. But we've been making it. It's been pretty tough for the whole team, you know, just switching and changing, but Coach this year helped get us through it.
The Rams aren't happy with the way they finished out the last season. Columbus Christian was able to make it to the semifinals before falling to Union Christian by 8 points. This season, the Rams are looking to go even further, a state championship.
Just stay together and keep working hard. Do the best we can do and see what happens.
While the expectation remains high for the players, Williams is staying focused on the here and now.
Is to get out here and do our drills, run the plays, defensively and offensively, and execute better than we did yesterday. And tomorrow, that's going to be our goal again. And leading into the season, it's going to be our goal every day.
With 3 weeks to go until the start of the high school football season, Williams is concentrating on challenging his new team each day.
Going to be trying to, work on getting in shape and things like that. And it's, we've got a lot of guys going to be going both ways, and so we challenged them from the beginning. And here, day 2, we're out here working hard, and it's, I see everybody giving me what they can. They're giving me what they got.
It's been tough. He's a lot harder than our older coach, but I feel like he's going to teach us stuff we need to learn and get through the season.
With the Rams on the high school football tour, Courtney Robb, WCBI Sports.
60 schools in 60 days with Columbus Christian was brought to you by East End Baptist Church and G&G Remodeling.
One more stop left on Academy Week. Victory Christian coming up tomorrow before we jump back into 2A football with East Webster on Sunday and Eupora on Monday. Then we jump up to Class 4A, North Pontotoc. They're new to Class 4A. They'll start our previews of those schools coming up on Tuesday. Check out any of the stops you may have missed to this point on our website, WCBI.com, or our social media accounts on Twitter and Facebook. Fall camp underway across the country as college football season rapidly approaches. The Ole Miss Rebels getting back to work today. All eyes on the new look defense, hoping to put an end to the struggles of the past few years. New D coordinator Mike McIntyre's system already has the Rebels excited. Head coach Matt Luke hopes the momentum gained from the spring carry over to the fall.
I think they experienced some of that success in the spring, and you started to see that confidence build, not only in themselves, but in Coach McIntyre and what he brings to the table. And so I think it all works together. That's what this month is for, is to build that cohesive unit.
From, playing in it and seeing it, I definitely got a very confident feeling how the defense is going to look this year. So it's not like you got a guessing game like what if. Oh, I see a lot of holes. I see a lot of leakage. It's like everything's tight, everything's nice, everybody's well educated on the defense and how to play in the defense.
So I was excited. I was like, okay, I know this stuff, but I just got to know this position, because when I switch positions to DN, I can just do my stuff, but me learning new things, it gets me excited, because the more you know, the better you are.
Well, what we know here is that there will be some scattered storms each and every day. Highs around 90, lows around 70. The overall weather pattern is not changing, and I should remind everybody to just bring the umbrella as you venture off to school next week.
True. That does happen beginning Monday, I believe, for a lot of the school districts around
Reality
here.
is setting on in.
All right.
Last weekend off for some folks.
Absolutely. Enjoy the weekend, by the way,
yes,
the last
please
weekend
do.
out. All right, that is the news at 6 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. We'll be back tonight at 9 and 10.